Welcome to a new episode of Lime Crime. My name is Losha, and we have a very special letter today. It is signed by someone named Julia, and it says that it's coming from Aliceville Federal Correctional Institution. An inmate writing to us. Interesting. Let's open it up. My father was the scariest man I knew. Another night with him, another nightmare to live through. I'm desperately trying to muffle my brother's cries. Dad is towering over us, telling us to shut the fuck up or he will throw the entire crib out. Crying always made him angry and manic. These are my first memories, his sweaty red face screaming at my baby brother in the crib. I still remember the stench coming from his mouth while he was spitting at us. That alcohol breath mixed with cigarettes. My brother's dirty diapers were everywhere around the room. He didn't mind throwing them out or cleaning them. He was saying that we need to live in shit because that's what we are. He was always ready to beat us up, even when we did nothing wrong. We never did, actually. Little Dan cried because he wanted mommy. I wish she was there. I wish she didn't kill herself. Father died a few years after that. He got cirrhosis and was dead within a few weeks. Our uncle buried him in a local cemetery, but never told us where the grave is. He wanted to protect us, I guess. Maybe that's better. I would probably go to take a piss on his grave if I knew where it was. At that point, I was already a very angry girl. I was never easy to love. I never had a boyfriend. I never even had friends, actually, except for my little brother. All I was thinking about was how to protect him and make him feel secure. I wanted to take the role of his caregiver, even though we were adopted soon after my father's death. We got into a good family. They really tried to help and be there for us. I was already broken at that point, and all I needed is space for myself. On the other hand, my brother took all the love we got. He was never loved as a child, so it was the one thing that he always craved. Soon, he learned how to block out everything that Dad did to us. He was even barely remembering how Mom died. He became the functional one. He was able to live, finally. Once he got older, he got tons of friends too. He was a popular football player in high school, then got a scholarship to a prestigious college in the country. He was the prom king. He went on trips with his friends. He was pretty and in good shape. Eventually, he got a girlfriend who was the same as him. They were the perfect couple. My brother rarely cared about me at that point. He was too busy with his own life. For him, I was a broken sister who was over-drinking and overthinking. We would get together once or twice a month. He would tell me all about his life and how much he loves his new girlfriend. He always asked, when will I move out of this apartment and maybe finish my degree? I was already deep in debt and couldn't leave my job at the supermarket, but I would always tell him that I'm currently working on it. He came once and said that he was planning to propose to his girlfriend. He added that they're pregnant and that they are keeping the baby. I was happy to hear that, but also very jealous. It was eating me up. I always wanted kids but never got a chance, and I probably never will. However, I wasn't really angry at my brother. I could rationalize and understand why everyone are preferring him over me, but still, I didn't like that. Eventually, they got a beautiful girl, and they named her Lena. They were so happy. The child was healthy, and 3 of them just moved into a new place. My brother was still a professional athlete, but he did start to complain about the stiffness in his jaw, upper back and chest more often. We thought it was due to the stress caused by the new lifestyle he had to adapt to. I was rarely seeing them, since he never wanted me to be near his girlfriend. She didn't like me that much, and probably thought that I was a creep. After about a year, they decided to go on a vacation, but only 2 of them. They wanted some time for themselves after months of sleepless nights and changing diapers, so they asked me if I can take care of Lena for a couple of days while they were gone. I was more than happy to babysit, and they were too. That was until my brother brought the baby to me. I still remember his screams, vividly. The terror in his eyes, the blood was all over the crib, him trying to get it off to make his only daughter breathe again. He tried everything, nothing worked. She died. I was standing still, watching, numb, not moving. He was still screaming at me, hitting me, pushing me, calling the police. From that point, everything was so blurry. I don't remember almost anything. I can't even recall my testimony. I barely heard the sentence. At one moment, I was taking care of the baby. Then, just a second later, I was sitting alone in a prison cell that stinks of rotten meat and shit. My brother's letters kept coming for months. They were the only thing I could focus on. I read through each one of them carefully. He was telling me that he is trying to understand why I did what I did. He hates me for killing his baby girl. He was disappointed because he thought I'm his only family after all. How could I do this to him? I wasn't replying too often, so he kept writing. I kept all the letters. Eventually, after years of madness, he started being softer. He was telling me that he is trying to forgive me. He was mentioning that he was recovering. He was saying that he's living again, that he's thriving once more. He was able to be happy. All of this was a confirmation that I made the right choice. Until one day, a new letter came. My brother wrote that he is going to be a father again. I threw the letter and fell to the ground. The sickness came back to me. My vision blurred. I started vomiting and the pain in my head was unbearable. When my consciousness came back, I was still laying in my vomit on the floor. I looked at the letter next to me and reread it again. It was true. It will happen again. My father was the scariest man I knew. That was until my brother brought the baby to me. I still remember him screaming at her to shut the fuck up. I still remember the blood all over him. I still remember him standing tall over the crib, looking down at Lena. He was not there. It was not my brother. It was a monster. I decided to clean him up. He was just murmuring. He kept staring into the distance. His eyes were empty. No soul, no empathy, no human. By the time I was done cleaning him, he just blocked it out. He started screaming at me, hitting me, pushing me, calling the police, so I took the blame. He was my baby brother. I had to protect him. I took the sentence. He needs to live. After all, he is a kind man. He doesn't even remember what he did. I'm just afraid of what will happen when his next child cries. Will my father's anger be awakened once more? Thank you for watching. Do you think that Julia will ever tell the truth? Write down your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked the video, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell button to never miss a new one. Stay careful at night. See you next time, Limes.